Hello everyone, my name is Scalti and welcome back to our Satisfactory Let's Play, where last time we unlocked the Mark II logistics so that way we can increase the efficiency of our iron, copper, and concrete nodes. We went ahead and also grabbed some Caterium to start researching that in the MAM and unlocked and constructed the Blade Runners. And we also hit up our first crash site, got our first hard drive, and we've started to do the research on it. So with that, I hope you enjoy. So to immediately pick up right where we left off, we just fixed our copper line. You can see here that we initially only had 2 constructors on this side and we weren't running at 100% efficiency. I noticed that when I was recording some B-roll for the episode, but that thankfully gave us the time to put all of this together and get this figured out. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. For our first alternate recipe of the playthrough. Caterium wire, absolutely not going to do it. Caterium's too valuable. I don't want to spend it on making wire. Stitched iron plate. I want to say for whatever reason this is like the most efficient in terms of like less power. And if we look at our values here, so we have the 5.625, which is a decimal, which is a little annoying, but thankfully I'm relatively okay with math. But in order for this to be 100% efficient, let's see, I think it's, so this, the 0.625 is essentially 5/8. And so if we wanted that to be efficient, we can essentially just take the 5/8, turn it on its head and do 8 times 5, and that's 40, which will give us the lowest common multiplier, I believe, by multiplying it by each of itself, like the 5/8 versus 8/5. So if we do that and we take the 0.625 and we multiply that by 8, so let's do the math real quick. 0.625 times 8 equals 5, which makes sense, it's 5/8. So if we multiply by 8, then that gives us a whole number of 5, right? So then if we look at this recipe, multiply this whole number by 8 at that point. So 8 times 5 is 40, plus the additional 5 gives us 45. So if we can potentially, by using 8 constructors, I'm sorry, 8 assemblers, we can make 45 plates per minute if we back into this now. So if we take the 5.625 per minute, that kind of gets a little weird with the math. Let's see if I can figure this out. So 5.625, and essentially that's multiplied, or I'm sorry, divided by 3, and then you take that number and then, no, 5.625 per minute. How does this work again? So I know you make 3 per 10 and 20, but it's putting out 5.625 per minute. And there's a weird way to do the math to kind of figure out how you, it's like cross multiplication, I believe. So if we take a calculator, I'm going to do this on my phone so that way I can look at the numbers here. 5.625 divided by 3 is 1.875, and then you take that and multiply that by 20, and that's 37.5 wire per minute. And then, so we're going to write this down. It's always a good thing to have pen and paper at your disposal. So if we need 37.5 wire per constructor per minute, we go back and we do the 5.625 divided by 3 multiplied by 10, that's 18.75 plates per minute. Plates per constructor per minute. So then if we want to try and look at that 5/8 where we multiply then you know, the by 8, if we want to try and make 45 plates per minute, we then take that 37.5, multiply that by 8, and that's 300 wire per minute. And then I'm sorry, and when I said plates per constructor per minute, that's plates per assembler per minute, not constructor, because that's the input. And then we do again the 18.75, which is for the plates, 18.75 times 8 is 150 plates per minute. In order for that to be 100% efficient. Now, what we can do is we'll go look at our wire recipe, and we can produce 30 per minute. If we need 300 wire, that means we need 10 constructors producing wire. So I'm going to write that down too. Which means we'll need 10 constructors for the wire. And if we look at the plates, we can make 20 per minute. And we only need 150, so that means we're going to need 7.5 constructors, making the plates, and we need, yeah, and then this all outputs 45 reinforced iron plates, which that's not, those numbers are definitely manageable. Now here's the kicker. Let's look at the input that we need at the ingot level. So if we have 150 plates that are required, we essentially take that number, cut it in half, and then add it to itself. So 150 divided by 2 is 75. Take 150 plus 75, and that's 225 iron ingots in per minute. So I'm going to write that down too. I know you guys are just looking at a static screen. I apologize. I'll figure out a better way to do this in the future, so that way we can all look at the same values. And this is at least how I'm working out the math. Actually, I know what I can do, and I'll do it here in a second to kind of show you what I'm looking at doing. So for the 300 wire, it's 1 to 2, so it's 15 ingots in per minute, 15 ingots per, what is this going? 15 per 30, so it's a 1 to 2 ratio, so we just take the 300 wire divided by 2. And that gives us 150 copper ingots per minute for the whole system. So 150 copper, 225 iron. So that means if we wanted to do something like this, looking at just the iron ingots alone, based on our restriction of Mark II plating, or Mark II belting, we would need 2 iron nodes. And we would also need 2 copper nodes. So that's 4 nodes of resources for this factory if we wanted to use this for reinforced iron plates. So I don't think this is really an early game system. We also have the bolted frame here, which, and I guess also, like, for right now, this is not the best option comparatively. If these are both not the best option right now, then it's a conversation of which one is better long term. So if we look at our alternate recipe for the bolted frame here, it's 5 out per minute, and it produces 2 per sort of situation. So we take the 5 and divide that by 2, it's 2.5, and then I guess if we just multiply everything by 5, to be honest. So that's going to be 15 reinforced iron plates in per minute, and then that 56 times 5, I believe, is 280. Just double check here real quick. What did I say? 56 times 5, 280 for the screws, which is not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. And what's really nice is this all comes from iron instead of tapping into like iron and copper. So I honestly think for right now, this might be like a more efficient long-term one. But I kind of like this from an ease standpoint. So And if you look at how much per constructor, which is also a valid consideration considering our Mark II limitation, we have to take these other numbers and figure out what it is per minute per constructor. So that's where the 2.5 comes in. So if we do the 2.5 times 56, that's 140. So we actually can't even use that with Mark II belts. So that's a Mark III recipe in and of itself, but we need to pick one right now. So I think what we'll do is honestly probably pick, I like the idea of the stitched iron plate. The 45 per minute is a very attractive number for a little amount of machinery. And yes, it requires multiple nodes, but at the point in which this would become beneficial, we might also have an alternate recipe for harvesting the wire. I believe you can make iron wire is a recipe as well, which, you know, if you're just starting out the game, you wouldn't really know that. But I'm just using the knowledge that I have at my disposal to make an educated decision. So that was a fairly dry opener to the episode, and I do apologize. So next focus, let's actually get some slugs, or I'm sorry, some alien pieces researched. And before I forget, we actually need to address our fuel situation. Because I did notice that we lost power. And I think we should be okay. Yes. We lost some power when we were looking at the numbers there. So let's research these up, at least the one that we can. Actually, we can research both, but we can't convert this one yet. So go ahead and start the research here. And now we can research this one. And we still need 2 more here. But what's really beneficial with what we just unlocked is we can then, I just want to drop these off. Actually, let's just sort the inventory real quick, I guess. Don't need this from our little construction hubbub in the last episode. Trash the wood. We no longer really need this anymore. So this is where acquiring fuel in the desert becomes a little easier. So you can see we have 8 organs and we can produce 1,600 biomass. And it's a relatively quick conversion. And then you can see per stack, you know, we now have access to 800 solid biofuel, which we'll go ahead and put back into this system here that we have running. Hopefully this doesn't crash our system. I don't think it should. We should have just enough, 130 and 127, and this requires 4 megawatts, which was, wait, how is that working? Oh, because it was connected, so it reads it even if it's not actually doing anything. So fantastic. We are solid. We also have this one if we actually really needed it. So now that we have the blade runners, let's go ahead and clear our inventory, which we now have access to our smaller little storage, personal storage. So just go ahead and drop this off on the side here. And we'll store, actually, we're going to store some of this, not all of it. We did unlock foundation, so we might as well bring the concrete with us. Just going to keep some solid numbers here. So what I also want to make sure is if we're going to go to explore some crash sites, we want to be able to actually produce some energy. That would be pretty beneficial. So post-episode Scalti here, ended up forgetting to start running these power cables to where we needed to go. Got about halfway there and realized we also forgot a few other materials in order to get the quartz production line set up to start sinking points. So just went ahead and cut that constant out. It wasn't really contributing too much, and we'll pick it up from here. All right, cheers. All right, so we're coming up on a crash site, so I figure might as well stop here real quick. I want to just position this real quick. See what we got going on. Wire, screws, more screws. I don't think, I guess, yeah, we do have some modular frames, 12, that's not terrible. Some more screws. We need 50 megawatts. Okay, so this is why we want to bring the power. So we need 2 of these. We don't have any fuel though. I was kind of hoping there was going to be some creatures here to kill. Because there's normally Those guys are chilling around somewhere. I guess we can kill this one. Although I do want to actually not... Well, yeah. Oops. So what we can also do is let's go ahead and build up craft bench real quick. Oh, we didn't research it, so therefore we can't convert it, but we can craft that up. And I guess we can be really quick about this. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this into standby. Then we'll do that there, and then we'll do this here. Oh wait. What did I just... Okay. Oh no. We have... Wait, why is it shorting out? I'm super confused. There we go. So we definitely... I think we used... Yeah, we used all the leaves, so that went really quick, but we got it in time. It's kind of like a nice little way you can kind of somewhat cheat the system a little bit. But we now have a hard drive to maybe get our bolted, or casted screws rather. So we're just going to continue over. The quartz is right over this dune, I believe. A little ways, a little more. A little bit of a fight incoming too. Go ahead and position this here. There they are. We're actually a little low on HP. So let's see how... Actually, there's some food over here. Let's grab this real quick. Probably should have brought it with us. Oh well. Not bad. Not a lot of health back, but not too much of an issue. Should be okay. Guess we can do a quick little perimeter sweep, see if there's any additional food around here. Don't think so. There is two of those creatures over here, so I know I want to be a little careful, but thankfully we have the blade runners, so we're pretty quick. Dodge. So we're just going to try and do this best we can, kind of wait and bait out some attacks, and kind of do drive-by shots, if you will. Ouch. Because he does that shotgun blast. He does it pretty often. Oh, missed our attack. Oh, it's not good. Definitely getting a little hurt. Feel like I'm Matador. I'm just jumping over him though. I need to get like the position just right to like land next to them. But being able to continue on my way because that shotgun blast hurts. Getting there. Oh, how did I miss that one? Come on. Oh, I'm really curious how I'm missing some of these. It seems a little silly. Like that one too. The hitbox is insane. Like... Okay. There we go. This one's, I'm pretty sure, almost done. No! What a fight. Oh, I got stops on something. I was curious. Ouch. Almost, come on. Is that it? Yes. Gotta keep moving though. Oh, I deserve that one. There we go. That was a little intense. But it's also very worth it because they drop 3 organs per. That's definitely not bad. So, okay, now we can officially get our quartz production started. So we don't have... Since this is going to be kind of long-term, I think it'd be kind of fun. Let's get our hotbar set up for our foundations. Actually, we can just do 1 and 2, because then we can just do this. And if we have, let's see. Nope. Zoop. There we go. Yes. 2, wait, 1, 2, there we go, 4. So we can zoop this out. Actually, we're not going to zoom it out just yet. So this is where a little pro tip here on how to cleanly place your miners on top of nodes. So you can see that we're targeting the foundation. It's not so high above the node where it won't connect, because there is that issue to work with too. You can't just like build the miner up there and it goes all the way down to the ground. It has to be relatively close to the actual surface. Now you can see that we're kind of off alignment here, which is fine. And what I'm going to do is we're going to delete these foundations. Probably delete this one too because it's snapping. And if we go back, I'll have to come back just a little bit more actually. Here with this. And just jump on top. And if we go, actually we can do a 1 meter. So the way I'm looking at this is you can kind of see how it lines up. I've actually modified the foundations a little bit. So the alignment's a little different, but you can kind of use the markings on the foundation to best align, like center align the miner here. And we're still snapping. Let's see if I can fudge this a little bit. Oh, that's fine. We're not going to be putting walls on this, so it's not that big of a deal. So we can actually just use the corner pieces, those little like diamonds pointing outward as the alignment portion. And we can then remove the miner and then place it again. It'll actually be on the surface this time. And then when it comes to the front side here, we put a belt down. You can see that it's perfectly in line. Now granted, that node is not going to be in alignment, but we can at least do this and get a little production line started up, have it be relatively organized, which isn't too bad. So if we sample our miner, it's like right here. Yeah, it's a little offset. It's actually not too bad, I guess, if you look at it. And I just realized, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm just going to do a little bit of a cut here, or an edit. We don't know how to yet do anything with quartz. I guess actually, okay, so it's not too bad. Here's what we can do. Let's get this set up. We're going to need a splitter in front of each of these. And that's going to go to 2 constructors. We'll just do this all at the same time. We didn't research quartz in the map, so we don't actually have the recipe for the constructor to actually manufacture anything, unfortunately. So that's some pretty big oversight on my end. So, but we'll at least get all the infrastructure in place, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna just head back with some of the quartz that we mine here and get it all set up. So pro tip on 90-degree belts. Get this one set up. So a 90-degree turn requires a 2-degree snap, or a two snap distance. So if we look here, we're aligned, but we're in the middle line of our foundation. And we can see that we want it to go into this constructor here. So we go back 1 step, 2 step, or essentially 2 meters. We take that and then we turn it in. We get a nice 90-degree bend. We need the, I don't even think we have, yes we do. Awesome sink, we'll go ahead and place as well. Just place a merger in front. I actually need 2 mergers. So actually if we do a merger here, make sure this is facing the right way. And the merger? Do we? No, we don't. We can technically just do this. Just kind of save. It's all merged together, so it just gets some power connected to all of these. And then we'll head back. Well, power first, not like that. Power first, acquire some of the quartz from the miners themselves, and then we'll be off to the races. Let's see, so this one gets connected. That also has to get fixed. Okay. We're learning. Actually, we don't need anything here. This just gets directly connected to this one. Let's see. Actually, we don't need everything connected because it's tripping unless we run out of fuel. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Capacity consumption is 132, so it's going to short out again. So we can supplement for the time being. Create some fuel. Just let that run. Always beneficial to bring some extra stuff along with you. So that's not going to be able to do anything. Let's actually get this one farmed up to... I think we should be okay. Capacity 160, consumption 145. Okay, so that's why it's shorted out. So essentially we're producing... It's a normal node, right? So it's just 60 per minute. So I'm going to wait a little bit and then we'll head back to home base. And we'll get this all sorted out. Start getting some points. So thankfully, we have the resources to make or to research the quartz while we're here. So that way we don't have to make that far journey back. We have crystal oscillators on our radar now, so we get actual quartz crystals in place. Then we also just unlock the ability to manufacture silica. So let's actually look at the recipe real quick. Silica 37.5 per minute, 22.5 in. Not bad. It would be... Oh. Wow. Okay. I wonder what the points per silica is versus the points per quartz. It's kind of interesting. So it's 22.5 in for quartz, 37.5 out for silica, and then it's 37.5 in for quartz and 22.5 out for crystal. Let's do this though. Let's real quick. I think we can do craft bench and craft up one of each, or we can craft up 5 of each. So let's do 3, do 15. And what we can do is just, it'll be just a little easier to kind of look at the pros and cons, or the calculated difference. So if we have 15 of each, we can just drop them. It's a little convoluted way. Bear with me, please. We can do a storage container. And just feed it into here. So we'll do 15. And we'll see what we get. Helps if we actually have power going to it. Uh-huh. Oh, it just counts down. Oh no, it doesn't actually tell us how many points we need. I guess it called 1,000. I think it's 1,000 for the first coupon. And we're at 25%. I guess that makes sense. 250 left. 250 times, you know, essentially we're in 1/4, so it's 1,000. So it's 120. We put in 15. So what we do is we take 7. Well, no, it's 750. Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll put in the silica now. So we have 250 left here. It's 20 points per silica. That's in the, okay, so we're clearly doing quartz crystal. Absolutely, 100%. We're not going to do silica. That's, I think the reason why silica is lower is because you can technically find it in the world. You don't have to find a quartz node for it. Let's see, I don't think we need anything for the NAM anymore. Yeah, so we can drop this out. So we're going to need to look at our power consumption as well. This is going to go offline because we're going to take this down. Capacity is 60, max consumption 183. So we're going to just dismantle. This is going to start up. It's going to crash our system, which is fine. Yeah. So it's 37.5 in per minute, so we're going to be running a little less than that. So we'll be producing 30 divided by 37.5 is 0.8, so 80%. So 22.5. Whoops. 22.5 times 0.8. We'll be producing 36 per node, so 72 total, which is not bad. So yeah, we're gonna head back and get this all powered up and let the points flow, let the spice flow, if you will, and then we'll go explore. I don't think it makes sense to let all of our production not be doing anything while we're exploring. So let's go get that all sorted out. All right, and we're back. So let's see if it was a fuel issue. Or no, sorry, it was not a fuel issue. It was a capacity issue. So go ahead and add some more into the mix here. I think I mean, we got the resources for it. Just gonna go ahead and add in 3, and we can always just turn off as needed. We are a little loaded up. Actually, we can drop off this fuel then. Let that craft up into solid fuel. Let's just double check where we're at with things. 121, that's pretty solid. 47, should be 47 on all of these except this one, which is just chilling on that. Let's see, do we have 4 stacks? We do. So we'll pull this out, put that in. And we'll use the solid biofuel for all of this. We just have to get these all connected. Like so. $250. Okay, we're gonna bring one of these offline. $220. We could probably bring another one offline. Yep. Alright, fantastic. So while that's running, double check our milestones real quick. I think there's, yeah, just the jump pads left, which means let's build the space elevator. Yeah, let's build the space elevator, and then I think I might revise. I don't know if exploring is worth it right now. I guess also while we're talking and debating on what to do next, let's get this hard drive searched up. I'm kind of debating if it's more worth it to just really rush and get access to coal power. I feel like that genuinely might be the play. However, if we were going to do coal power, we don't, if we really wanted to make it neat and tidy, we would need to have some stuff unlocked from the Awesome Sink. So I think what we might do is I'll just go ahead and wait around a little. I guess let's get the elevator built, and then between now and, you know, the next episode, if you will, we'll go ahead and we'll wait and just accumulate some points, and maybe exhaust our fuel a little bit. I would really love to get automated power though. I'm struggling so hard on kind of what would be like the optimal next play, if you will. I think automated power is very high up on that list. Just gonna clean up the inventory a little bit, and then let's look at what we need for the elevator. I'm not gonna do anything grandiose for it at the immediate moment. So we need some more rods and wire, which we should have plenty of. And I think we should have like a decently openly flat area in which to, oh, I thought I was going to make that, which to build it. I think we can maybe do it over here. This space. Let's find out. Oh yeah, we can definitely do it right here. It's so insanely large. Jeez. Where's the main? There it is. Just gonna admire this. There we go. Looks like that poly count is really low. Awesome. Absolutely wonderful. Thing of beauty. Okay, so yeah, 50 smart plating, not not super terrible. Do we... Let's actually... Yeah. Let's do it. We're gonna do it right now. We need 50 rotors. 50 smart. 50 reinforced iron plates. So rotor recipe 25. So we're gonna need more screws here. Reinforced iron plates. We're gonna make 30 more. So we're gonna need a lot of screws and a lot more plates on our person. So I'm gonna manually craft all of this, and then we're gonna get this into an assembler. And we're gonna get tiers 3 and 4. I know we have that hard drive researching right now, but I just really want to have access to automated power. I think it's the right call. I don't think it's that bad compared to getting an alternate recipe. We can still function on vanilla recipes for some time. It's not going to make or break the playthrough, and I think it's just a nice quality of life improvement to go ahead and focus on getting this done. So I'm going to get crafting. All right, we have enough material for not only the elevator pieces, but I wanted to speed up the process just a little bit. So if we go here and then we do assembler, which also learning that you can do E on the constructors, like related items to do this is fantastic. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna have a storage container, and I'm gonna essentially do a double split. I guess we need to do 2. And I know we have foundations, but it's fine. Let's see, right click, right? Split. Take that out. That's curious. You can see how like it's in like upper left of where I was clicking. Anyway, where are the reinforced iron plates? Oops. Okay. So we'll do... This will probably get a little clunky. Actually, here's what we can do. Do 1, 2. Oh, it rotates. I forgot that it does that. Those are splitters too. Oh, that's what we want. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Alright, so we got that splitter there. Do this one here. This will split. We can actually do it like this, which would be kind of neat, I guess. I think it should work out like that. Is it the right way? Yep. Then we can do one here and here. So this will go in here. This will split once, twice. That splitter's backward. Oh no, this isn't... Wait, what's going on here? I just realized we goofed. We're splitting all this up and the logistics haven't been sorted out yet. Alright, undo. Okay. Rotors. Reinforced iron plates. Do it like this. Oh man. Okay. So we'll do a split, and then split here and here. And that's somehow rotated again? I'm super confused with how this is... Why is it doing that? Okay. Make sure it's going in the right direction. Looks like it is. And it's a little off. Okay. No. This is struggling right now. This is where maybe like it would have been faster and more effective to use foundations. Well, this makes for some decent comedy of just ridiculousness. Maybe I should not connect these when I do that. Get this sorted out first. And make sure it works. Okay. So we're gonna have 1, 2, this and that. Same thing on the other side. So we ran out of fuel. Gotta go figure out what's going on with that. Looks like 2 of them ran out. Should have a decent amount. I will say, here's what we can do. We don't really need the points right now. I want to get, let's get the power sorted. So we can just disconnect that whole line. Let's see, where are we at over here? Oh, that's fine. That's good. Let's try that again. Check the fuel on all these just in case. Those aren't even on. Okay. Do a little top up, why not? And I guess, let's see, we actually want to have all these on. That is on. And that's on too. Okay. So we want the extra capacity for getting all these assemblers online. Because I know they take a pretty penny of power. Technically I could just do one assembler, but I also don't want to wait. I think it's like 25 minutes. Yeah, so we need 50. I'd rather just cut that in half, you know, 25, so 12 and a half minutes to get all of these going. So. And then probably call it after we get the elevator sorted out. And away we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this craft. I'm not going to, I guess, yeah, we can do some storage for it. Why not? Get all of it localized into a single storage container. It's not going to make too much of a difference ultimately. That's curious. Okay. Some of the alignment on here is a little interesting. And yeah, I think, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and let this time lapse. Just include that. This underway. There they are, the last two. Oh, this feels so good. And then we're gonna have to deal with actually figuring out what all we're gonna need to unlock the milestone to get coal power. Wait, there's only 34 in here. Did I miss something? Did something not get divvied up right? Did I thought I put in, oh, it's two, yeah, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's 2 in, 2 out. Oh, I don't have all of them. Oh. Uh-huh. Ruined that beautiful time lapse. Still have some more time left. Jeez Louise. No, I was just thinking, while that's doing its thing, I believe we have another hard drive that's completed. Oh no. Copper alloy ingot, iron alloy ingot, and fine concrete. This is also produced in a foundry. So I guess let's look at this. This isn't bad. This is, you know, if you look at it, 4 ore to 5 ingot. It's also 15 ore to 20. So this is a, was a 4 to 5 ratio. So that's, you're using 20% of the resources. Here you're doing, or sorry, you're using 80% of the resources to get the ingots because it's a 4 to 5. Here it's a 3 to 4 because you do 15 and 20 divided by 5 each. This is actually better. So I think we're actually going to go with this one. Why not? And I don't think we have anything else to organize research. I guess we can do the alien organisms for the carapace. Now that we have all of these. So we can get some more fuel this way for things. Pocket dimension, maybe eventually useful. Let's kind of look and just see. I guess power slugs. Why not? We'll do the power slug. Also, I'm kind of curious. I don't recall. They used to be green, but now they are blue. I wonder why that is. Slug scanning. Yellow power shards. Overclock production. Let's do overclock. What? Why not? While we wait, I guess. All my friends and I, we went to Tennessee one time, and shocker, I'm based in America. Sorry. Anyway, oh, we got our 51. I guess we can awesome sync that. I think that should be everything. All right, let's dismantle. My friends and I, we took a trip to Tennessee one time, and we went to the Mellow Mushroom, which is, for those unfamiliar, a pizza joint. It's not bad. Variety of pizza, very zany, if you will, I guess would be a decent way to put it. And it was a pretty long wait. We were in like a tourist trap part of Tennessee, and we got Mellow Mushroom. And we were just making jokes like, yo, do you want to go to the Mellow Mushroom down the street while we wait? Sorry, it's just like what made me think, oh, okay, can I just directly insert it? I don't think I need to. Should be able to just do this, right? Yeah. Oh, are we ready? Oh. Let's do it. All right, phase 2. Let's take a quick look. Actually, let's revisit. We'll start off the next episode fresh. We did quite a bit. We got our silica production up. We got the space elevator built. We got the first bit of, we got the first phase complete. We did quite a bit. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll wrap it up there, and we'll pick up next episode. We'll pick up looking at all the stuff that we have access to, kind of figure out how to prioritize the milestones next. But, yeah. All right, awesome. Adios. Well, it was a long one again, and I think the next couple will be, I pre-record, these episodes well before I get to actually editing them to actually ultimately see how long they are. I don't think they'll be, I'm not going to go for like 20 minutes or something like that, but I feel like they're kind of as long as they need to be. And again, I'm working on kind of finding that rhythm and flow of what I'm talking about and what I can kind of skip, and I'm feeling a little less pressure to constantly feel like I need to keep talking and whatnot, which is actually ironic because that's what I'm doing now. So I'll leave it with that. We got a lot done this episode. I'm really excited to get coal power underway as soon as possible, and that's coming up soon. So if you enjoyed watching, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more content in the future, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. And if you have any feedback on these, as I'm still working through the process, I'm kind of getting into that groove though. I feel like I'm really finding a decent foundation, if you will. So I think it's going well. Anyway, I'm out. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.